When we win, we get it back, then we take it on back to a ladder so unbalanced. It's the Masochist challenge.
All right, loading in, going first. The opponent's on 40 and 15. See if I can bait out some interaction here. Okay, let's go Spread Elf. I'm trying to go more of a slowly accumulate advantage kind of game plan this time around. And Lord Effect. It would be really nice to use Lord to set Fusion Destiny. Crimson Resonator. That is A-OK. Right, Wild Wind, so Bone Archfiend, sending the Wild Wind. I think I will take the opportunity to get the tuner off the field. Okay, Synchron Resonator. Do they have like a 5 they can make? Or do they use this guy? Yeah, they use Bone Archfiend. Before the end of the main phase. Okay, well. Let's get Lilybell back, just in case. And just go in end phase, interesting. Well, let's start out Lord, and then let's deactivate the set card. I can pretty much clear the board. They are going to get some cards back. Right, and Elf is going to seem suicidal to the opponent until I reveal that I had a trick. A nasty little trick. Ledger Book is actually insane here to keep them off of any synchro plays. Think I just pass on that. Sending King's Synchro. Must be a structure deck card. Normaling Crimson Resonator. Battle phase. So it seems that they are maybe just taking the honorable way out. Can I get an additional 500 damage? Looks like I can get exactly that. Time to draw a card, and let's go ahead and end the duel. Alright, well, GG's to my opponent. First pack of the session. Let's see if we can rip anything game-changing. Chronicle Sorceress. Nah, Blue Eyes and Dark Magician support. Sunvine Gardener, Plant Link stuff. Trickstar Band Dramatis. Just requires 2 Trickstar monsters. I do have 2 Lilybells. Not sure if I have much else. Iceborne. If a non-water monster is normal or special summoned while you control a water monster, change it to defense position. Not the worst thing I've ever read, but in the Age of Lynx, obviously not the best. Talia, Princess of Cherry Blossoms. Not great. Not great at all. Go Golem Golden Form. Landrobe the Rock Vessel, and Raigeki Bottle. Okay, nothing too crazy there. I guess we just keep on going. All right, loading in, and we are going first this time around. I guess there's no reason to beat around the bush here. Foolos in response. Seems fair. I'm just glad it wasn't an Ash Blossom, to be honest. We'll leave things there. Can DPE solo whatever strategy it is that they are on? Emergency teleport. Bringing out the Shirakusai. Normal summoning the Madam Spider. Looks like Fuma Wave will get some use after all. Going battle phase. Interesting. Okay, well, they die, or get banished rather, because of E-Telly. Doing Ghost Ogre on the DPE, which is why I said another monster. I will still resolve. Blowing up the Teleport Fusion, okay. So they're on a whole lot of psychics. Time to bring back the DPE and hopefully start bringing some of the pain. They've got something they can activate in hand, which could very well be a Bestial, I suppose, but more likely another Mole Charmy in my opinion. All right, let's get in there. Now that they're on low cards, I feel like I basically blow up whatever they normal summon. And that is enough for them. Alright, looks like maybe no hollows in this pack, but honestly there are a lot of low rarity cards I'm looking to get. Ally of Justice, Nullfire, that is not one of them. Super Heavy Samurai Security, Sword Soul Strife, Metal Foes Combination. If we see enough Metal Foes cards, that gets pretty nice. Subterra Behemoth, Dragosi, little sus, okay. Karakuri Clock, Memento Goblin, and another Red-Eyed Dice. Okay, not the best pack, but honestly, you never know when some of these cards might eventually pay off. And that's basically what I'm going for. All right, let's keep going. All right, well, not a lot to do here. Our opponent's on 40 with 3 in the extra deck. Curious to know what they've got going there. Some kind of hold there, so maybe a Mulch Army in hand or something. Let's see if big guy pass is sufficient. Imperming at end phase. I hope they have Dominus cards in hand or something like that that's making that worthwhile. Okay, setting a bunch and passing back. I guess let's walk face first into a Mirror Force or whatever. Perhaps not. Giving me a little attack boost, huh? Interesting approach. I like it. Second Imperm. Maybe they are just doing their trap card mission for the day. Well, let's see what else we can do here. Normal the Ghost Bell. Moon Mirror Shield. Kind of funny. Let's see if the Super Rush Headlong is sufficient. Stacking it on top. And that is all she wrote. Alright, let's see what we have earned. Maybe no hollows this time. Another Speedroid. Send a Speedroid card from deck to grave, which I do have a Speedroid that negates attacks when it's in the graveyard. Happy to see more of those. Trismegistus, Battle Wasp, Arbalest the Rapid Fire, Chemicritter, Dinomorphia Diplos, Chaos Form, interesting, the Gunkin Suship Field Spell, and Gladiator Beast Sagittari. So nothing powerful on its own here, but I am happy to see more Speedroids. I think that could honestly build into a bigger package eventually, given that I have Terror Top. All right, let's keep going. Okay, our opponent won the coin toss, but they have decided to make us go first, which is a little terrifying. Let's see if I can get the Terror Top effect off. They will Ua. Little bit of an activation there, so maybe they have a droll. I'm just going to Sensitive Thunder and set. I really don't want to give them any draws if they're on like 10 pi or something. Let's just hope they didn't get their combo pieces. Okay, Raigeki, fair enough. I will gain 5,000, which is not nothing. Sending off the Sphere mode for the Dark Magician Girl. Luckily, I get to negate and destroy it with Trap Hole Nightmare. And that was enough for them. They do not want to sit through this. Another beautiful master pack. Oh, and it's even more beautiful now. And that guy's here. Gotta be good, right? What? Okay, Knight Arms Dragon, the Armored Knight Dragon. It can special from hand if you special a level 5 or higher dragon monster. Okay. Maybe useful in Dragon Pile eventually. Assault Lich, so this is part of the new Assault Mode cards. Dragon Maid Ernest. So I do have 2 copies of Laundry Dragon Maid. So, you know, if I have that on the field in this engrave, then Laundry can bring back Ernest. Gishki Chain, Dragoonity Koos, Jingi Swallow, Delta. I don't think I have Driver. I'll have to check on that, but I might play it if I do have Driver, because that is pretty strong. What is the hollow? Rainbow Dragon. Interesting. So I don't think that I have a lot of Crystal Beast monsters. I have some like random Crystal Beast spell traps. It's possible that this eventually opens up, you know, like Neos fusion into like Rainbow Neos, if we get some more pieces for that. So I am happy to see that card just because eventually it might unlock some stuff, but pretty funny for now. All right, I believe just one more duel and then I'll be into gold. Okay, I did win the coin toss, so let's see what we can do here. Let's add the Lilybell and special. The opponent's on 40 with 10 in the extra deck, so I always like seeing lower extra deck numbers. Just implies that maybe they're not on top tier meta stuff. It is unfortunate that I don't really have a spell trap to set to like bring out my Mech Knight. So it is basically Little Knight Pass here. I'll do the Ascendant of Thunder just for some security. Okay, normal summon Kitchen Dragon Maid. Perhaps I should have immediately chained Little Knights. Adding Parlor, discarding Laundry. P.U.N.K. Well, that is my sign to get the heck out of here. End phase. But all is not well because they do have some pretty strong spell traps. And spell traps with graveyard effects, no less. Wow, that is a pretty decent one. Let's lock down one of these back row. Okay, well, I guess we're getting out of here. Downtime. Okay, that doesn't do anything right now. I am, however, going to blow up the spell trap. Try to give them as little advantage to go off of as possible. And that was enough for them. Wow. And with that concession, that leads us all the way in to gold tier. Early in the season too, so hopefully I can press onward to platinum after this. All right, let's end the session. I've got 10 legacy packs to look at. I'll leave the remaining, I think there's another 2 or 3 for next time. So let's take a look at these 10 and then we'll go get the final master pack. Okay, Gemknight Ruby, Dunamis Dark Witch, Spell of Pain, Puzzlomino, the drop-in deleter. I think this is okay. You know, it is a link to, so for me it's okay. If a monster is special summoned face up to a zone this card points to while you control this monster, you can declare a level from 1 to 8. That monster becomes that level until the end of the turn. You can target 2 monsters with the same level, 1 from each field, destroy them. That might actually deserve a slot in the deck. It's pretty easy to make, and it's removal as soon as I can summon a monster to the field. Firewall Guardian, also pretty decent for the Cyberse slop pile. So I can do this card, make a link 1, and then immediately bring it back. So that is fairly decent. Another Nobleman of Extermination, just kind of looking through the other cards here. Escalation of the Monarchs. I guess if I want to get on tribute summons, that's pretty decent. It allows me to tribute during the main phase. What is Gust? Just destroy a spell trap in response to getting a spell trap destroyed. Mill and take damage with Destruction of Destiny. Not terrible as far as legacy packs go. I'm happy to see the Puzzlomino. I think I will run that. But let's go ahead and press on to the master pack. Last master pack of the night. Can I hit anything big? Hopefully bigger than the legacy pack. Sim Tablier, maybe a Cyber Slop card. Canine Tour, not my first. If I ever get on a Tri-Brigade thing, maybe there's playability there. The Adamancipator Counter Trap. If I control an Adamancipator Synchro monster, negate the activation if I do destroy it. A Dolce Lesson, Branded and Central Dogmatica. So Ritual Support. Unfortunately not very playable. Pendulum Pendant. Maybe one for the Pendulum Slop deck. Doesn't look that great. Gaia Plate the Earth Giant. Can banish 2 rocks from the graveyard to special it. Pretty okay if I had like a big rock pile to do. I don't know. Probably not ultimately that playable. And Destiny Hero Disc Commander. Interesting. So cannot be special summoned from the graveyard the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. If it's specialed from the graveyard, draw 2 cards. So that is actually pretty decent. Simply because I have DPE and I have the Deep Grave. So if I use, you know, if presumably DPE is coming back consistently, I can use the Deep Grave on Disc Commander to draw 2 cards. So that might warrant replacing the other little guy I was running with this card. It's a shame it's not a level 2 though. All right, well anyway, that's gonna do it for this session. You know, expanding the collection as always, and finally got back up into gold, you know, ready to kind of make my way into platinum and hopefully higher ranks than I have previously. Appreciate you joining me on the journey here. Hopefully you're enjoying as well, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.